talking to us, you're muted. I see your mouth moving, but nothing.
I was not talking to you, State President James. I was talking to my cat and making sure my cat was okay. But thank you very, very much. I am talking now, though. So, what we want to run through is a structure to make sure our presentation is very impactful. Because if you think about it, there is a lot that you could talk about during the presentation, okay? And you want to make sure that your presentation is always following a logical order. So, the idea behind this is that there isn't a right or wrong answer as such. The idea behind this is to have you all think about what the presentation structure is going to be, because you want to make sure that the structure is as accurate as possible, okay? Because what you want to think about is, can you get your audience to follow you along? So for example, with this was a great case study with the structure here, because I talked about the structure before we went on break, and then you all went in breakout rooms, and a number of you needed help. So this is a great example of where you think that you know what's going on, but you're not entirely sure what's going on. Okay. So you want to make sure that you've got the right organizational structure. So would somebody from team one like to either post in the chat or walk through what they think the organizational structure should be?
So we looked at it from a wide spectrum. First, we got to create the proposal of what we want to do. Once we have the proposal, we want to go down to the development of the presentation. Once we have that development of the presentation, we create the title, we find the facilitator, we have that summary, and then we send that invitation out for everybody to be part of that presentation. Then we move on to our actual presentation, where we start off by doing the welcome, which also goes back up to like the title, facilitator, and all that information. We have our content and our message. We have our illustration, multimedia, and graphics. That's all tied into that content message, is all part of that one block. And then we're going to, at the end, conclude our presentation with, the conclusion of other things we covered for why a
Excellent.
member should join JCI.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Who would like to go from group two, please?
Hi, Neil.
Hello.
From group two, I think we should say the title first, so that the audience will know if they're attending the right presentation or not. And then the welcome message to welcome the participants. Then facilitator to introduce the facilitator. Maybe just like what you said earlier, give us 3 important points about the facilitator. And then the content. It is very important that we summarize the content at the beginning, because because the participants would know what to expect for the whole duration of the training or presentation rather. And then development comes next, and so that the audience or the participants will know how would we move forward from one part of the presentation to another.
Yes.
And this should be backed by illustration for more understanding of the subtopics. And then we make a proposal at the middle of the presentation. This is
Good.
to engage the audiences, or other than having the audience engaged, it's like to offer something that will make the audiences or the participants think.
Excellent.
And then next is we'll be using different sorts of multimedia and graphics also to further explain the topics. And then probably which ones have I not mentioned yet?
No, you've done a very good job.
Invitation. So the invitation is basically so we made the proposal earlier, so now we'll be making the invitation, and then towards the end we'll be providing a summary of what we have discussed throughout the presentation, and then the conclusion, and finally the parting message to close the presentation.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Next group, please.
Yeah, thank you, Neil. This is Madhav.
Great.
For the, sorry?
I said great, fantastic. I look
Yeah,
forward to
perfect.
hearing from you.
Thank you. Yeah, for the progress report team.
Uh-huh.
First one going to title,
Mm-hmm.
then second one for the welcome,
Uh-huh.
then for the facilitator, then fourth one for the content, then development, then propose any proposal, is there any proposal, then add some graphics, then finally the conclusion, and then summary, then message, and invitation. The last one is invitation.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other, okay, group number 4. Group number 4, please. Somebody from group 4 available? I know sometimes the internet goes a little bit funny, but hopefully somebody from group number 4 is ready to go. If you're not comfortable, that's okay. You can post your answers in the chat function. If none of you are able to speak, that will be okay. Okay, anyone in group number 4? Anybody? Okay. Well, I'm sure that you did think about it, even if you're not able to talk. That's okay. I'm sure that you all worked very hard. If one of you could post in the chat then what you came up with, since none of you are able to talk, that's okay. And then we can share that with everybody else, okay? So if somebody in group 4 could post their answer in the chat, since it doesn't look like any of you are able to present and talk to us, that's okay. Hopefully your Wi-Fi is okay that you can post in the chat, and then we can go from there, okay? Okay. Can everyone hear me okay? Can somebody do some thumbs up and tell
Yes,
me
we
you
can
can
hear you.
hear
Yes,
me?
we can
okay?
hear you.
Okay, great.
Yes, we can hear you.
Great, that's great. Thank you. I'm not sure what's happened to all of our friends in group 4. I was hoping that somebody from group 4 would be able to talk, but maybe they're not able to. That's okay.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, look, we've got somebody in group 4. Hi.
Hi. Sorry, my network was a bit
That's
shaky.
okay. Don't you worry about that. These things happen. That's why we all show patience, love, and grace and understanding to each other. But if you're ready to go ahead, that would be wonderful.
Okay, yes, I am. Neil,
Great.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, in group 4, we took it this way. The first one was the title, then the welcome. Then, okay, the title, the welcome, the facilitator, the invitation, facilitator, content, development, graphics, multimedia, proposal, the message, summary, and conclusion.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you, everybody, and thank you very much for doing. Thank you very much for stepping in, and thank you, everybody, for showing patience and grace and understanding to our friends internationally who sometimes the Wi-Fi's gone a little bit haywire. Obviously, had a speaker problem first thing, so we all want to show grace, patience, love, and understanding for each other. Okay. So this is how JCI would lay it all out. You'd have your title, welcome, the facilitator, content development, illustrate it, what the proposal is, use multimedia and graphics, the invitation. So this is the invitation to the event. This is the invitation, or what we would call in America, the call to action. So we want you to act, the summary of the presentation, the conclusion, and then what is the overall message? Okay, so think of the three umbrellas as well and what the overall message is going to be. Well done, everybody. You did a very good job. Okay, so we're almost done. Woo! Okay, so here's some tips on how to deliver the message of the presentation as well. You want to use easy words and you want to keep it simple. This is particularly important if you are presenting to an international audience, because people need time to translate the words back into their own language. So when I'm presenting to a room full of Americans, I'm more likely to use jokes or slang or colloquialisms or talk about American sports, okay? I wouldn't do that in a room where I've got a huge amount of international guests, because you would not understand what I'm talking about, and that wouldn't be fair on you. And I want you to remember the message that I'm delivering to you. So you want to use easy words. You want to keep it simple as well, okay? You want to try and be charismatic. Control body language too. So try and talk slowly, but not so slow that people fall asleep. Okay? So you want to be controlled in your tone. You don't want your tone to go up and down. Okay? You want to control your body language and your tone. Avoid filler linguistics as well. So what we mean by that is lots of ums and ahs. Okay, so remember that when you're doing crafting your message talks about that too. So remember to refer back to crafting your message and building a foundation. Okay, but avoid filler linguistics. Don't stress over mistakes. Okay, things happen. So if you notice, I didn't say, oh my goodness me, what's happening? Nobody's talking. Group 4, I don't know what's going on. I was very calm and said, okay, group 4, if you're not able to talk, that's okay. Can you post in for chat function? Maybe we need to wait. Okay. Again, we swapped over during some of the group activities. Okay. We swapped the groups around in terms of the order because one group wasn't ready. Okay. So don't stress if something goes wrong. Or for example, with the breakout rooms, I had to go into the breakout rooms and talk to you all individually. Imagine if I come in and gone, oh my goodness, I can't believe you guys don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. This is so upsetting. I already told you. Okay. That wouldn't, one, that's very stressful. And two, that isn't being very understanding. Okay. So make sure that you don't stress over anything that goes wrong. Practice, practice, practice. So make sure that you practice your presentation before you deliver it. And patience is key, because remember your audience, okay? And remember this from crafting your message as well. Your audience could all be different. You could have somebody in the audience who is an expert in that topic. You could have somebody in that audience who isn't an expert at all. Remember our colleague from JCI St. Vincent who went to a talk yesterday about the menopause, okay? His understanding of the menopause as a man is going to be very different than the understanding of a woman who is undergoing the menopause. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're always displaying patience. Okay. So use easy words. Oh, sorry. Use easy words. Keep it simple. Be charismatic. Control your body language. Avoid fillers like Don't stress over any mistakes. And they're not mistakes, they're learning opportunities. Practice, 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 and patience is the key. Okay, they're the top tips for delivering the message. So now what you're going to do, well, that's weird. It's come out. So it's practice and apply the knowledge learned in the sessions. Okay, so we've gone through a lot today about how to put together a high impact presentation and how to do the message delivery. This is your last bit. Okay, What I want you to do is you're going to go back into your breakout teams. Okay. So sales, decision making, progress report, and orientation. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a topic. Okay. I'm going to give you a topic. Then what you're going to do is you're going to have 10 minutes. Okay. And then what you're going to do is with that topic, I want you to put together a brief presentation. Okay. You can use Word, you can use PowerPoint, you can use whatever you want. Okay. And then what you're going to do is present back. Okay. Your presentation, when you present back, you're only going to have 3 minutes. Okay. So you're going to have 10 minutes to put together the presentation. Okay. You're going to have 10 minutes in your group to do the presentation. You're then going to have 3 minutes to present the presentation. Okay. You want to think about the structure of the presentation. Okay. And you want to think about all the different types. Okay. So group number 1 is going to do, is going to do sales. Group number 2 is going to do decision making. Group number 3 is progress report. And group number 4 is orientation. Your topic, okay, is JCI membership. So sales, you're going to be talking about JCI membership from a sales perspective. Decision making, you're going to focus on JCI membership from a decision making process. Progress report, you're going to talk about JCI membership as a progress report. And then finally, orientation, you're going to talk about JCI membership too. Okay. So your topic is JCI membership. So you need to think about it from a sales perspective, decision making, progress report, and orientation. Okay. So your topic is JCI membership. Okay. Now, before I put you into your breakout rooms, does anybody have any questions? If you do, you can speak or you can post them in for chat function, and I'll be very happy to help you in for chat function. Okay. Anyone have any questions at all? Okay. Hearing no questions, which is great, I'm going to put you into your breakout rooms. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You're going to go in your breakout rooms. Okay. Cool.
Okay.